pressure. It's chill.
I wish I wish I could stream, dude, and do play-by-play.
That'd be incredible.
I don't know what's up.
I mean, it's I can try to help you set it up at some point. It's not like you don't really need that much in terms of like the technology.
No, I know, but I already had it all set up. Remember, I was doing it a decent amount, but then something was just fucked up.
Okay.
The last time I tried it, and I couldn't get my sound to get picked up.
Okay.
And then I believe, I think that might have been it. I think it was actually it's my headset was broken.
Okay.
So, not broken, but I think something's wrong with the damn headset anyway. Because remember, we had a lot of issues with not hearing stuff.
Yeah.
But I always was able to figure it out. This time, though, I don't know.
I can try to help you out with that, like at some point.
Yeah, we can explore it.
Tomorrow if you want, yeah. Ooh, we got a hype train going. I had no idea. Also, I'm not really sure what a hype train is, but we move.
I think it's like a bunch of people subscribe in one go.
Damn, Florida basketball put up 105 on Alabama. Christ.
Oh, did they win?
Yeah.
What was the score?
It was 105-87.
Damn it.
Did you bet on Alabama?
I did.
I feel like every time I bring up a random game, you're like, oh shit, my parlay.
No, it was like game of the day or something on DraftKings, so there's a boost. I just picked a random winner. No clue.
I mean, I could have told you that Florida was going to body Alabama. Actually, no, I couldn't have. That's a lie. We're like super inconsistent, but
the college basketball makes no sense to me. It feels like so many like lower ranked teams or unranked teams are like favored over these guys who are like top 15. Like Bama's ranked higher. I think they're 15, and Florida's what, 24?
The sense Florida not even ranked right now. The sense I get is that there are like 4 teams. It's like UConn, Houston, Tennessee, and Purdue who are like really, really good, and then everyone else is like about the same quality. So like you can see a bunch of upsets.
That's it, yeah.
I'm trying to go because March Madness, one of the host sites, is like 3 hours away from Seattle, so I might go depending on who's coming.
Nice.
Go Gators, Cody.
Do you know where the other sites are?
Oh gosh, I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up.
There's 4 sets, so there's probably all over the country.
Oh, they're like, for the first round, there are like 16 host sites, I think, so there might be one near you.
Oh, damn,
I'm not sure.
Alright.
Yeah. Go Gators, Cody.
Fuck the Gators.
Aw. Listen, we've already been through enough, man. I don't know if you watched our football team. It's rough, but ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, not San Francisco, but Santa Clara, California, as we have one of the most highly anticipated wildcard matchups of this season. It is the 49ers versus Dan's Tampa Bay Bucks. I am joined by Buffalo Bills user. I was trying to think of like Seattle brother. There we go, Seattle brother. Jesus Christ, we're off to a good start. Little Alex, how's it going?
I'm great. I am great. I'm looking forward to doing this game with you. Finally back.
Finally back in the booth as Moody kicks it off. He's gonna take it out of the back of the end zone. Here is Dyson. No, he will not. He will take the knee, but I'm expecting a lot of fireworks. I'm expecting this to be a very efficient game from both quarterbacks, to be honest with you. What do you think Dan's offensive keys to the game are to move the ball against this fearsome Niners defense?
I think kind of what Warren said, just not doing too many hot routes. I think I do the same thing too. I just get excited because of the ability.
Mm-hmm.
But just trust the stock plays sometimes. Like they're actually set up pretty nicely. And, just trust your offense. I mean, he's one of the best offensive usually in the league when he's on one. So
top like 3 or 4 for sure, as we are going to start off with a jet touch pass, and Markel Cook is going to go loose, one of many AI players, potential future Hall of Famers on this Bucs team, but good start here. Gotta hit Morty with misdirection any way you can.
I'm jealous of how many AI Dan has. I think it'd be so cool to just go 0-16 and then just get like 15 first-round picks. I mean, that has to be so fun.
You could just next cycle, you could just like blatantly tank the first season, just be like, yeah, I'm not available for any games, and get the first pick and see what happens. We have an inside zone, which is not necessarily, that's not something you're going to be able to consistently attack this Niners team with. They have one of the most fearsome D-lines, one of the most fearsome front sevens in the league. But, yeah, I expect Dan, of course, he's going to try to spread this defense out as much as he can. We're going to see, in my opinion, efficiency from Morgan Rowe. I think Morty, he's a good defensive user, but I don't think he's going to be one to, bait Dan into 2-3 picks as this game goes on. So we'll see. University of Florida basketball school. I mean, we might be, Ben. I mean, shit, we might be. I mean, if Billy Napier gets another couple of years, we might be at this point. As we're gonna have levels. It's not level sale. It's a different play. But Cook will take it. Not for a first down. Nope. Boy, my commentary's struggling. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're off to a very good start. But yeah, this is what Dan needs to do. Just be safe, take care of the ball. Woody's got an insane defense. Just don't let his AI take over, I guess.
Do not let his AI take over.
But he's not going to do anything
Good
crazy.
news ring has nothing and goes down. Hargrave, one of the many feared defensive players on this team. The big, thick defensive tackle gets in and sets Dan back for the 2nd and 16.
That's what I mean. Just taking sacks or letting his players make big plays. I mean, you just got to be a little safe, be a little cautious, try to get rid of the ball quicker.
Underrated skill, in my opinion, is the ability to take a dump off on 2nd or 3rd and long, and Tampa Bay able to do just that, turn this into a relatively easy 3rd and 3.
Yeah, I like what Dan's doing so far, being pretty safe, not doing anything super risky, but it can be tough to move the ball if you're too safe, so we'll see if Dan takes a deep shot soon.
3rd and 3 is once again having the side zone. This time the blocking hits, although not a lot of outside leverage there for Boone. Interesting that Boone was in there. 4th and 2, this is not a coach's decision, although we are... And I think, like, I don't hate this from Dan. I think he's trying to establish, just get points on the first drive, put pressure on Morty. But I'm a little surprised he's not going for this. Just a little.
Yeah, I kind of hate it, especially knowing Dan. He's usually pretty aggressive, but... Oh, jeez. Anyway, kind of hate it. I kind of wish he would have gone for it. I'm not sure about the handoff to his backup running back. I mean, running straight into this 49ers defense, especially with a bum, isn't the best idea in my opinion. But can't complain about getting some points on the board, so we'll see if Morty can respond.
We will see if Morty can respond, and now San Francisco and Deon McMillan, one of the absolute best AI quarterbacks in this league, another potential future Hall of Famer about to take the field. I have seen Morty be hyper efficient in these playoff games, throw like 90% completion. I've also seen him throw 5 picks. We will see which Morty shows up, but the man you have to stop on this team is that man in the backfield, Christian McCaffrey. He can break ankles like no other. McMillan under center to start this game off. Obviously, George Kittle, the tight end too, as he will go a straight up stretch play here to start off. Christian McCaffrey with nothing.
A good first play for the Buccaneers. See if Dan can hold him on offense. A lot of weapons. McCaffrey, Debo still, I believe.
Debo's still in there. Kittle's still in there. I think he has Ayuk too. I think he's pretty much just kept the Niners offense together. Yeah, and, it's Deon McMillan and then just the IRL Niners. So that's what he's got going on here. Is he will drop back a quick shot in the deep in route to Brandon Ayuk, fit it between 4 Buccaneers, but perfectly timed in a first down for the Niners.
I think Dan's really got to get creative, try to make Morty uncomfortable early. I mean, like you were saying, I played against him when it was my first loss of the cycle. Just perfect, dotted me up, didn't make one bad read.
Yep.
So you can't let him get into a groove or else he could just kill you the whole game.
That's what Morty's capable of doing. He has one of the highest ceilings, at least, of any NFC users. We have a kind of a strong power look there. Christian McCaffrey not even trying to juke, I think, kind of recognizing that play was dead. Still takes it for a gain of 4, and yeah, I'm very interested. Like you said, Dan's defense, he can struggle at times. Sometimes he tries to do way too much, with his user. He's on his crackhead energy with his kind of pre-snap alignment, so we'll see if that's the case. Fake snap from McMillan, very interesting. Under pistol, he will drop back. Good use ring! Intercepted by Moreland, and will this be a pick 6? Has the blocking outside, and he may take it all the way to the house! No, Niners in the vicinity, coast to coast, touchdown. Bucs!
Game-changing play right there. You already shook Morty a little bit. I don't think he's going to have this in 90% completion game anymore.
Nope.
We'll see if he can prove me wrong, but that's a big turn of events for Dan.
Tristan Wirfs, the best offensive lineman on this field, goes down on an extra point. That's what you love to see, especially in one of these playoff games. It's, Morty is a very confidence-driven player. When things are working, like we've both said, very difficult to stop. But sometimes 1 interception leads to 2, which leads to 3, and that's kind of the type of player Morty is, so that is a bad sign if you're a Niners fan, the fact that he threw that right to the user here on the first drive. But, can't panic too much, only 10-0, still with plenty of time here. Obviously, for Deon McMillan company, once again coming out under center, expecting to see a lot of McCaffrey. Inside stuff! Cohen absolutely mauls McCaffrey.
Just a perfect start for Dan here, besides his tackle getting broken ribs on a field goal.
On an extra point.
The Dan's cooking right now so far. We'll see if Morty can do anything.
I'm gonna assume a Niner like launched his helmet into Tristan Wirf's like chest on that extra point. A little surprised there wasn't a bench straight brawl. A run here on 2nd and 12, interesting play call. Tried to make the most of it. Good open field tackling so far here from Tampa Bay, and that's a very underrated skill set, especially against San Francisco.
Yeah, I like it being calm. I mean, we didn't see any panic tackles, right? So, Dan's doing a good job of not panicking.
NFC Offensive Lineman of the Year, Tristan Wirfs, according to Ben. That's a bad loss. Again, good usering here. George Kittle with not a lot of room. 4th and 1. I honestly might go for this. Use my coach's decision right now.
It's a tough one. He is going to punt, but that's a tough one.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd do. You don't want to let Dan get too much momentum, but at the same time, Morty's offense hasn't looked very good. So
Right.
I don't hate it. We'll see if you can stop his defense again. He already held him to 3 last time, so.
Yeah, I mean, playing field position, the punt wasn't the best either. Could have easily gotten like 10 more yards off of it. But Tampa Bay with effectively a dream start here against the 49ers, 10-0. Obviously, we have barely seen this offense so far. We'll see what he's able to do. Again, good usering as he does not have much, although Kitchens gets mauled and uns up, dropping the ball. Fred Warner making his presence felt.
And that was kind of a hot dot for a second. I thought that might have been a pick, but just perfect ball placement. Great play by the DB to break it up.
2nd and 10 as the Red Sea opens up, but the second level coming in really nicely. Patrick Queen, I believe I saw in the vicinity. Obviously, Fred Warner. You got to look out for at all times. That's one of the most fearsome linebackers, especially in terms of the run game in this league, and Tampa Bay is going to have to account for that at all times. But 3rd and 6, Morty, he needs a stop. Based on kind of the trajectory of this game, the way this game's gone, this is almost, I would say, a must-stop situation here for Morty if he wants to kind of keep himself mentally in this game. But we'll see what Morgan Road Company are able to do here. This is the, that wheel route. This is a concept I see a lot of guys do. I see Agenda do this a lot, and it's interesting to see. Since Eden Morgan Rowe goes down, was going to take that deep shot to Dyson, but didn't have the time, as that is a huge defense stop for the Niners.
Very, very good defensive game so far, but it just feels like both users are playing very tight. I know Dan was about to take a deep shot, but I feel like he may have had the underneath. It's just a lot of dink and dunking, and then we get to 3rd down, and then it's like they just shit their pants. I don't know. They both users got to relax here.
Deep breaths. Take it from the man who scored a combined 6 points in his last 2 weeks of Better League football. Deep breaths.
Yeah, coach him up.
1st and 10 as we have a stretch and good blocking. Again, really nice tackle here by Dan. And if I told Dan, so far 5 rushes for 5 yards from McCaffrey, that's something you take all day long.
Dan's D-line really showing up here, not letting McCaffrey get anything.
Really nice.
That's another thing with Morty is if he gets the run game established, he's even harder to stop in the pass game.
Couple of adjustments that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Tampa Bay with a really nice start so far. The most points coming by the defense, coming on a pick 6 here. 10-0 Tampa Bay, San Fran. With the ball, but up against it here a little bit. 2nd and 13. McMillan, once again, drops back. 4-man rush, has a pocket, and goes immediately to the dump-off. George Kittle with not a lot of room. And, Morty, has the potential. When he's feeling tight, he gets super check down happy. And if Dan can start to kind of pick up on that and jump it, this might get dangerous here from Morty.
No, seriously, it feels like I've seen the same drive play out 5 times now. It's just a bunch of dump downs, and then we get the 3rd down on the first drive. Someone's got to settle down and start taking a few shots.
3rd and 7.
Drop a dot or 2.
Trips to the right, when you include George Kittle. 3rd and 7. I wouldn't have hit it a run there, honestly, of those. McMillan with not a lot of room, and I'll be honest, I think he was that throw it right at Curse. I think that might have been another interception if he got that throw off, but this San Francisco offense kind of sputtering here as we are once again going to see the punt unit come out.
Yeah, if you're Dan, I know he's mad at himself. He knows he's not playing very well on offense, but can't be upset with a 10-0 lead against, a top-tier user.
Certainly not as Cook with a Jurtles. He's going to make the most of this punt return. Takes it to the 38-yard line. Really just kind of broke the entire punt return team. But we got, not as many viewers in here as we had for the previous game, but still a healthy, 9-10 viewers, and I appreciate y'all for showing up. Morgan Rowe coming out under center again. Jared Cook, another feared runner, is Fred Warner in the vicinity, as well as the left end. Both users just have zero running game right now.
And both D lines are just mauling the O line here. But again, this is the same thing that I've seen happen. I feel like they both run the ball on first down, get stopped. This is gonna be like a short drive.
Shot to Queen! I don't know how Cook caught that. First off, that's crazy.
That was a snag. All right, he proved me wrong. It was a bit of a deeper drag, but still, you got a first down. That's a win.
That's a win. Very risky read. Very risky read. But, we're results oriented here as he will take an immediate dump off here. Travis Kelce. A real shot in the arm to this team. No? Right? Really kind of, yeah.
Shot in the arm.
Just injecting this team with juice. Listen.
Oh.
Yeah. God, I'm funny.
I was thinking gun violence, and I was like, when did Travis Kelce get shot?
First and 10, as he will once again drop back. Has A open, decent using, but not enough there. Once again, Travis Kelce. I'm going to try to come up with a different vaccination pun every time.
Shooting the defense.
Yep. Really, the virus of the defense really just kind of, making, I don't know. Fuck, boys.
Making the defense shoot themselves in the foot. There you go.
Exactly. Oh, my goodness. First and 10 as he will once again drop back. Takes, again, Travis Kelce. Man, I mean, how many Pfizer doses are too many at this point? Because, my God.
Hopefully he can infect the rest of the Buccaneers and get them to play as well as he is. Yeah, Dan's looking really comfortable right now. He's finally broke past that first drive, and he's kind of cooking.
2nd and 7 once again as he will drop back, has the angle open, although Fred Warner with the mid-zone KO. Which, that's the most frustrating ability in the game to go against, because, that angle route's wide open, and then he just gets shoved and drops it. It's tough.
I hate it, but I feel like it's also pretty situational.
Sure.
I did run it for half the season, and I just don't think I got one. But it can show up in a big way, like right there.
Absolutely, yeah. Huge play, preventable. Could have been a first down here. Now 3rd and 7. I feel like I've said this 5 times already when Morey's on defense. Gotta get a stop, and we'll see what he's able to do. Again, good using, although may have X open. Has X open! Tyson with the catch. Touchdown, Bucs!
Beautiful route combo there from Dan. Beautiful read. Beautiful drive. Dan's in full control. We'll see if Morty can respond. This could get ugly. This could turn into a Q&A.
Could very easily turn into a Q&A. We'll see. Especially if Morty's on the losing end. I have no interest in calming that, so we'll turn this into a mailbag at any point, ladies and gentlemen. Lucky, I see you in here. How do you feel about Sengun with 42 points in the 4th quarter? He's really showing out. But, yeah, like I said, San Francisco, it's a situation where, it's not as, it may feel like things are spiraling for San Fran. It's not as bad as it seems. He is about to get the ball to start the second half. Could find himself in a situation where he could double up here potentially, but, that assumes that he's able to get any type of offense going, which he's not been able to do so far. So we're going to see a shot and an interception by Jamal Dean. Will this be a pick six? It is not. I'm just growling to the mic at this point. But Dean takes it to the 13-yard line. Morty spiraling here.
And as of now, it seems like Travis Kelce really injected his team. They're all playing with some fire now.
Absolutely.
But if Dan scores here, I don't know if Morty can come back from this. I know it is early still, but
yeah, I like I said, Morty's very game script dependent as a passing user. This is bad. This might be a 6 interception day as he tries to throw a corner out, which was open. But again, this D line. His defense is doing their best to keep San Fran in this game here. We've seen a lot of sheds.
Oh, for sure. If Morty's D-line didn't show up, I think he probably has another extra touchdown or two already.
Oh, yeah, it'd be 31-0 as, once again, Cook. That's how Morty got trapped in the D-line, but ended up kind of helping him there as he was able to detach from the guard to get a gain of 4. 3rd and 6. Tampa Bay, in my opinion, I think they're all too happy to take their 3 here if this ends up being, a 4th and 5, 4th and 6 situation, but we'll see what Morty's able to do here. I have generally, honestly, liked Morty's defensive using so far, but see what he's able to do. I don't hate this play call, 3rd and 6, although he recognizes it immediately. Dorsey shoots the gap, will go, gets shoved. Cook with not a lot of room. 4th and 4. I think we're going to see the field goal unit come out, as that's exactly what we see here. It's going to be 20-0 Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I don't hate it because Morty's not really doing much, but, it's still a 3-possession game, and I feel like you're leaving it still kind of, you're still letting Morty hang around a little bit. I mean, maybe you go for it there, but
I mean, Morty got
20
to
points to 0.
Morty's got
Pretty
to
good.
prove, like, from men's perspective, Morty's got to prove to me not only that he can score, but that he can get past midfield. I mean, I think he's only crossed the 50-yard line once this game. So, like, I don't
Yeah.
hate it. You know, I think he recognizes that Morty's really on the struggle bus right now. Don't give him any type of artificial momentum. Just keep things rolling and see what you can do here. As I would love to see him get CMC involved in some type of way on this drive. Whatever he can do. And, you know, we were criticizing Dan's defense, but it is locked down CMC so far as he will for the first. I mean, that's easily the longest run of the day here. First down for San Fran. A little surprised we didn't see no huddle there, but we do not.
I would just like to take this time to shout out Dean Wade. The Cavs were down by 20 going into the fourth, and Dean Wade hit like 5 threes, and they won by 1 against the Celtics. So,
God damn.
shameless plug.
Respect to them.
Talk about Sengun.
Respect to them. Quick dump off here. Don McMillan, only 32 yards on the day, 2 picks. Still time, like you said, to turn it around, but it's going to need to come right now. Anything other than 7 on this drive is really debilitating to St. Fran's chances, but we'll see what he's able to do. As again, we see a lot of these pre-snap motions from Morty, kind of trying to see what the defense is, and he'll make some hot routes in there. Likes to drop plays up in the dirt as we're going to have a jet touch pass. Really nice utilization of the blocking there. Samuel's going to get pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, great play. I mean, he's getting some yards. I still feel like Morty's got to hit, a big corner, big post, big in, something, just to show that he's still there in the passing game. Give himself a little bit of confidence. It's nice that he's getting these safe plays off, but I don't think it necessarily helps his mentality a whole ton. So we'll see if he takes a shot, but he is driving.
Morty's just not someone who takes a ton of shots in general. That's just not really his approach. We'll see. Oh my god. I mean, are we gonna double team the inside stuff at some point? That's 3 times now.
Yeah, this is just I don't know. Every time I see an inside stuff shed someone, it makes me want to punch my fucking laptop. No one double teams it. It's not that good of an ability because you could just double team it and it's shut out of the game.
3-man rushes. We have a dump off here to George Kittle, who's not going to make anyone miss. Despite what Boz says, too big or too fast for linebackers, too big for DBs. Excuse me. He was not too fast or too big for anyone there. As we're going to see a 3rd and 8.
Yeah, this is a big 3rd down. This could almost decide the game if he doesn't get this.
Yeah, this is a huge first down, especially because since this is the first half, I think you technically would still be using your coach's decision here if you go for it. Gotta get some stuff going here. He's going to motion Ayuk in. Gotta hike the ball here as he just gets the hike off, intercepted by Carson's 2nd pick of the game as these 49ers are continuing to crumble under the eyes of America and under BLN.
So, what's your favorite food?
Listen, I love... Shoot, what type of pasta was it? So he's gonna... Oh, God. You know, like a really good pasta carbonara with the cream sauce and the egg on top, some pepper, some seasoning.
That's fair. That's fair.
So good. That's what came to mind. I don't know if that's my favorite, but that's what came to mind. What about you? What's your favorite food?
It's tough because I've always been a big steak guy. A good steak, so good, but good throw. I feel like the basic answer is steak, but a good tortellini Alfredo.
Ooh.
Whew.
Ooh.
Something about tortellini just makes me get excited. So good. It's so good. I think you can put anything on it and it tastes good.
2 straight out routes there as George Kitchens following the lead of Daddy Kelsey there. Nice gain for first down, but yeah. And then I think my favorite, if we're talking not dishes, if we're talking just food, give me a ripe Georgia peach and watch me get athletic, ladies and gentlemen. I am munching on that peach. You can take it however you want to, ladies and gentlemen. You can take it however you want to. Morgan Rowe with, the pocket presence of the gods there. He's going to spin! And, yeah, I get why that happened.
That's tough. Probably tried to throw it, but hey, if he hits the 3 right here, if he gets a field goal, even if he doesn't score, it's a 4-possession game, right? I guess
going
he'd
to
have to
send the house as he throws. Ooh, I would have liked to see a pick there if I'm Morty. Hits Jones right between the numbers. Good using there, but yeah, it would still be a 3-possession game. But you're talking about multiple 2-point conversions at that point. It gets tough. And let me see. The game has not been this exciting. Let me see what's still in here. We had 22 viewers on the last game. We have 8 on this one, but we do have Alex, Ben,
Nice.
Cody, Lucky, Wozy, and Cloud. I appreciate you all so much for joining us. And make your, what's y'all's favorite food? Let me know. This might become a mailbag here if 7 goes on the board here for Tampa Bay. A lot of audibles here. Let's see, Will. Once again, drop back, screams at him, and Morgan Rowe goes down. I'm calling timeout from San Fran, and they will do just that. But we know how Madden is. Every kick past midfield is makeable, as we're likely going to see this go through.
Yeah, even with the cam slider fix. I mean, people are still nailing 62, 63 yarders every time. I wish accuracy was harder. I don't know.
And this is the tough, as he will, Jesus, almost came up short, but he just squeezed that in. This is the really tough thing about like this game for Morty so far is like his defense is playing really well, and I think he's playing well defensively with his user. I mean, the 23 points is like super misleading because it's come off a bunch of short fields. Like Dan's only really had one like actual drive and in 7, but it's just he's completely no-shown on offense, and this is the scoreline you get, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that sucks. Honestly, I think these are the worst types of games. Because I know Morty looks at the score and is like, holy fuck, I'm getting blown out. But he's not playing bad on defense. I mean, he just can't get anything going on offense. At this point, if he can maybe get 3 here, that would be nice. But I think the game might be over.
Jesus!
I love Morty.
That's pass interference. What the fuck was that out of Jenkins?
I don't know. That was a close play. It was a close play. But this sets up nicely for him. If he can get 3, at least he keeps it a manageable 3-possession game.
Just outright. That's my southernness coming out. An outright Hail Mary here out of San Francisco.
Just Hail Mary already?
Just gonna chuck it up and see what happens. The audibles to a corner route. Ayuk gets it. Oh my god.
Wow.
That was kind of succulent, as we're gonna see. Hopefully for San Fran's sake, we're gonna see the first points go up on the board here for Jake Moody.
Maybe it's not over. I mean, if he gets 3 here, he gets ball.
Oh my lord! As we have a blocked kick, although Kittle with a little bit of life. Oh my goodness! Kittle's gonna take it.
Oh wow! That would have been fucking wild.
That's almost the highlight of the cycle there.
Wow. That's tough for Morty.
23-0. Man, I mean, if you're a Morty, I mean, you just gotta be shaking your head. Like, what can I do at this point? Like, just down catastrophic.
Those are big 3 points.
Just down catastrophic. Oh my goodness.
If he comes out here and he scores, though, gets a 2-point, I mean, it's not crazy if he could pull this off, but
no,
I think this is the game deciding drive.
It's not. I mean, whew, God.
No Q&A yet.
My head's light, ladies and gentlemen. About to pass out of my chair. Thank you, Alan. Yeah, I gotta remember to breathe on these. Jesus Christ. I don't have the vocal control of some of the singers in the league, the C-Masses, the Allens. They've got the ability to do all that. I cannot. But 23-0. Big old goose egg here. Down the Camels, we're gonna see a zone concept. McCaffrey gets first time. Ooh, and if he doesn't juke there, that could have broken big, in my opinion, because Dan kind of misplayed that as his user. Is Quincy Baber, another one of those AI players, goes down.
That's rough. Honestly, I have no clue what just happened, besides the injury.
Very fair.
Trying to schedule my game with Cody, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Listen, just let me know when it is. Hopefully we'll get a booth in there. I mean, I'm pretty free tomorrow, so should be good.
Tomorrow, it probably won't be tomorrow.
Fucking crap. Okay, when's it gonna be? When's it gonna be a little?
It'd be the day after. Thursday.
I've seen worse. That's not too bad. So we're gonna have an RPO into Jenkins' vicinity. I'm very surprised it wasn't knocked out, but no gain there, as we're gonna see a 3rd and 1. And Alan saying Morty is the king of conquering big leads. Don't count him out. For sure. I mean, it needs to start with 7 points here, but I'm not counting him out necessarily. So we have a quick RPO here. George Kittle with room. Kittle sheds a man off him. Kittle able to stay in bounds, and he's fighting for every possible yard. This is definitely the best drive the San Fran's had so far.
Absolutely. I mean, he's moving the ball really well, but I just, back to my other point, like, he's still not really doing anything crazy. He's kind of just taking what Dan's giving him, which isn't bad, but I just, when you need a dot, you need a dot, right? And I just feel like Morty won't be able to get that. I think
Seam shot to Kittle is, although he dove for it, McMillan led it a little too far to the left. That was the shot you were talking about, but
and yeah, right.
couldn't execute.
That was a good read. That was a good read. I hope he can build on that rather than be like, damn, because it really wasn't his fault. That was a good throw.
Yeah, no. It was a good incompletion, a good incomplete pass. And I'm not even being sarcastic when I say that.
Quality loss.
That was good. Yep, quality loss, exactly. Shout out to my entire Betterly career. At 23 again, zip as he motions McCaffrey to the left-hand side. I would watch out for McCaffrey here as McMillan almost gets sacked. I think he had that corner out wide open on the left-hand side, but didn't see it, and now we have another 3rd and long.
We might play before 2 tomorrow if Cody can do that, but he probably has work.
Okay. Good to know. I'm glad we're getting the live updates here on BLN. This is
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm done.
No, that's fine. Listen, this is the content that I come for. So we have a seam shot to Deebo Samuel, who I believe has his first catch all day there. Saw the gap in the zone and took advantage. We're going to see no huddle. I'll be surprised if this isn't a run. And you know there he was trying to ID someone with that, yep, it's a run. This is the catch McCaffrey will take. Oh my goodness, Jukes 2! Tampa Bay Bucks. And that's Morty getting sticky for the first time all game.
That throw right there, right before that play, was exactly what I'm talking about. Get some momentum, get a nice little 15-yard gain, follows it up with a great run. I think Morty's truly got the momentum, and I think he's fighting. Let's get 7 here, and it's still a game.
He's fighting for his life here. We have a toss and a wide open touchdown, CMC.
There it is. I called it early. I thought the game was over, but Morty proved me wrong. We'll see if you can keep building on that.
Now, I would like to, and I think we're going to see Morty go for this, because you need to know early whether this is a 2-possession game or a 3-possession game. You don't, wait until you have to go for 2. In my opinion, you go for 2 early and try to make up the deficit, because then, you have the information about, oh, do I need to, be hyper-aggressive, keep going for it, or can I, play a bit more safe knowing it's only a 2-possession game? I like this out of Morty. Coming on Pistol Bunch. Some interesting play calls out of this formation, obviously, as we will drop back, 4-man rush, quick curl route is intercepted by Antoine Winfield, and that will keep it a 3-possession game.
That blows. But I don't know. I feel like that may have affected the momentum a little bit. Still a tough lead to come back from, but we'll see. I believe in Morty now.
That's all the life we needed to see. Morty's back in this game. Warren's saying Dan doesn't wake up until his team needs 15 different scenarios to play out perfect or he misses the playoffs. Yeah, first half of the season, Dan is a trash can, one of the worst users in the league, and just wait for around week 10, ladies and gentlemen, week 11. That's when you see those Tampa Bay Bucs really turn up. 23-6, and again, it's not been a stellar offensive game from Dan either. As again, this front 7 is really closing out on these inside runs really nicely.
Sorry. Sorry.
Hey, it's okay. We're here. We are here. 2nd and 9 once again. Trips to the left. Whole lot of route combos that he'll throw at you from this look, as he will drop back 2nd and 9. Might have that post route open. Might have the post route open, though. No risky read.
Beautiful. Beautiful coverage.
That's
a tough one.
That's twice now that Morgan Rowe's thrown a ball directly at a 49er that they've not been able to come away with. So, if you're watching a brother like me, you might be starting the Morty got screwed by EA narrative. Very possible. Might be hammering that in Slack later. Slack, Jesus Christ. I don't know.
Come on, man.
I don't know what's wrong with her right now.
Don't mention her. It's like a dirty X.
3rd and 9, as he will once again drop back, has the zig open instead. Corner route is Cook! Gets both feet down, a beautiful animation, and a first down for the Bucs.
It actually looks like we are playing after this game, Connor. If you like the triple header, but
God, all right, triple header. No, you know what? Let's get it. I'm here. Once again, for the first time all game, Nick Bosa makes his presence felt. These inside runs, these halfback bases, inside zones are pretty much a waste of down here for Tampa Bay at this point. Hargrave shoves the shit out of Jared Cook.
James, don't disrespect the Buffalo Bill legend.
Out of Jared Cook, out of Dalvin Cook, out of all the Cooks, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out James Cook. For the first time all game, he will drop back as we will have a dump off here. Cook, the other one, with a gain of 7, 3rd and 2. If
I'd like to see
anyone is in
Dan.
the chat and would like to calm Cody V. Little with me, let me know. Thank you.
I'd like to see Dan though pass more on first down. We've seen that same exact thing happen. They just run the ball for 1, 2 yards, maybe a loss, and then they start passing.
Yeah.
Like, let's just get a little more aggressive.
See, we'll go to the dump off. Smith-Schuster did the most he could there. 4th and 1. Very, very interesting situation here. He is, I think, barely in field goal range, but I think 4th and 1, we're going to see some aggression here, and that is what we will see.
I like this, but this could be a tide-turning type of play. If Morty gets to stop here and he can go down and score, this would be huge.
Absolutely. It would be huge. Huge, huge, huge. Huge. 4th
Massive.
and 1 is, again, we're seeing a relatively aggressive play call here, given the situation, although the running game's been non-existent, so I get it here as he will drop back. Patrick Queen takes that deep shot to Dyson, although, as he gets the animation and scores!
You're Morty, I mean...
I thought that was getting swatted.
Yeah, maybe he went for the pick. I'm not sure. Maybe. That's a tough completion. It was kind of a dot, but also I feel like usually the corners will react to that if you just swat it.
You would hope so, definitely. I mean, it was tight enough coverage for you.
Down.
I think if you swat it, yeah, you got that going. And I would have to assume that one of those drag routes was one of the first for you, but it got a little muddy because Cook ran into the offensive line and completely disrupted his route. So, when in doubt, throw it up to Dyson, and he made his presence felt there. 30-6, still technically a 3-possession game, but in deep trouble here is Morty, as we're going to see a comeback route. Ayuk, I mean, that's probably the best throw of the game here for San Fran. Burns the man coverage and gets the first down.
Solid throw, but I think he may have had the post coming open, at least the deeper one. But not a bad throw. Definitely the best throw he's had, like you said.
Lucky, the official Washington narrative is that Morty got screwed by Gay, so I need you to stop saying he's him! Oh my god, Van Der Esch! With the near interception, and, Jesus.
Shout out Leighton Van Der Esch for keeping the Cowboy collar alive. I love that. You need to see that more.
A fake strong power here. Oh my god. I mean, that's just one of those plays that, like, no one else in the league runs. Like, I don't even know what I just saw. I couldn't even identify that play, but yeah, completely got him to bite on the play action, got the first down there, but see what he was able to do here. Again, more play action. Rolls out to the left, which is interesting, although throws a strike to George Kittle, gain of 9. We're going to likely see a lot of no-huddle the rest of the way, although he will huddle up here.
Yeah, Morty's doing a great job so far. I mean, he's looks just as locked in as the last drive. Got a few dots going.
And it's
but
frustrating.
Now it's like his defense is falling apart.
It's frustrating because it's like if he'd played like this in the first half, we'd be talking about a really, really competitive game here, but he just no-showed, the first 2 quarters, and that's what we got going here. 2nd and 1. So he goes to a quick dump off. Oh, I thought that was a fumble for a second. McCaffrey gets nailed by Jamal Dean.
Big fucking hit. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I thought seeing these two matchups, I was like, damn, let's go. Warren got the shit game. I got the good game. And so far, it's the opposite.
It's the opposite. Unfortunate. At least you'll get to interview someone. Warren and I, Austin and Troy, did not join us in the booth, so
yeah,
you'll get to ask both these users, I'd imagine, some questions. But again, a lot of no huddle going on the rest of the way. Here's what we're going to see: is he will drop back, quick dump off here, McCaffrey, and as he tried to spin, not able to get it. I appreciate that San Fran's not just like blindly throwing deep shots, given the game situation. We'll see if he's able to drive this into the end zone here. Lucky, are you able to calm the Alex Cody game with me, or are you out with your other men? Just let me know as we have a slip screen here. Is tried to juke it, although McCaffrey not able to do a lot, as they'll likely take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. No, it's not. One more play here as he will not get the hike off. Ladies and gentlemen, put your fours in the chat.
Why so quiet?
Have you watched any BLN streams the last, 2 years? I always whisper, put your fours in the chat.
It's because of the roommate, right? You got a roommate?
Yeah, yeah. I can't just be, I can be at, an 8 out of 10. I just can't, yell at the top of my lungs, Moreland! Out jumps Kittle for the pick, as that is going to seal this game, in my opinion, for Dan. Just a bad showing out of Deion McMillan.
Honestly, I think that's a great play from Dan, getting over, kind of baited him. I'd probably make the same read, see he's not covered, but yeah, that's probably ball game.
Yep.
Start the Q&A now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Thank you for putting your fours in the chat, Ben and Lucky. Do y'all have any questions for us? For myself? For Little? Let me know. So Dan comes out and goal line. I honestly would run a commit here. C is going to... Well, I mean, thought Boone could have had a lane there for a second, but that's effectively a loss of a yard. My question for you, Little, is you're staring down the barrel of this Cody matchup. What's your confidence level like? I mean, that game, obviously, it's been a matchup that's been pretty kind to you historically. You've beaten Cody in a lot of like big game situations, but you never know. Like, what's your confidence level like?
Oh
Lord.
pretty high. Oh wow.
Oh, what the fuck?
I think he may have
Drops
gone for the
it!
spectacular catch, and that tends to happen a decent amount when they're open. That's tough.
I'm also... That was either, like, the fourth string tight end or that was a defensive player. I've never seen someone named Donald play for
Yeah, I don't know.
Morgan Rowe. I'm not sure. That was weird.
Should have been Kelsey.
That's fine. Should have been.
My confidence normally against Cody is like it's decent, like it's solid. I've beaten him a decent amount, but especially, I mean, he's got so many injuries. I know he doesn't have Lamar, and I'm not sure who else he's missing.
Good
Like, I
news
know
right
I
here.
should probably win.
As we're gonna see Morgan Rowe throw it up, and Dyson once again is mossing these Niners defenders. Good God.
That was disgusting, and shout out Dan for the usering to get his receiver in the right position. That was beautiful.
Oh
Textbook.
my goodness. RPO to Dalvin Cook, a.k.a. Jared Cook, a.k.a. James Cook. All the Cooks do not get in.
It's something about this Madden. I was just talking about it with someone. Every goal line, it was with Taint. Matt, sorry. Every time you get to like the inch yard line, like you're not getting in. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's a new feature this year.
I mean,
Maybe I need to use reach sleep, but
we just saw Troy run like 60 out Jax's. Well, Dan's shutting both of us up there, getting the easy touchdown. But we just saw Troy run 60 out Jax. It's awesome, like 5 straight times, and just clamp him up with it. So I don't know.
good point.
All right, let me.
Anyway, sorry. No injuries, or with all these injuries, extremely confident. I should win. I know Cody knows I should win, but Cody's also one of the best users to ever play. So, you can never get too confident.
Sorry, just.
What is your confidence level heading into the off season? Like, what are we doing over there?
Well, hopefully we're gonna enter the next season with a new quarterback, a much improved quarterback. Still working out the details on
Jordan
that,
Love?
but that's the hope. What about Jordan Love?
Big contract? Sorry, big contract.
Listen, I don't give a fuck what type of contract he's on. This is the last time. If I have anything to say about it, this is the last time Jordan Love will take the field for the Minnesota Vikings. He has let me down so many times. Okay, there we go.
Geno Smith time, baby.
Geno Smith time. I mean, he showed some juice against Dan. Only threw 3 picks. I mean, that's not bad.
JJ Plummer. I mean, he's got a cannon on him.
Maybe I'll just draft someone like 3 classes too late and just like see if I can get him to 90 like by season 9 of the cycle or something. This is for pride at this point. I mean, just a disappointing performance out of Morty. I mean, he did a couple. I've been memeing about it. He did get hoed a couple times on defense. Some interceptions maybe that didn't go his way, but just completely no-showed. Really all game on offense, and you can't have that. Not against Dan.
Yeah, and he let Dan's offense get hot, too. I mean, I know there's a few jump balls to this midget receiver. Kind of dumb, but, I mean, he did let his offense start to move the ball more. Just not a winning formula.
No, not whatsoever. I mean, McCaffrey, 12 for 79, but it's the most misleading stat line ever, because when Dan was actually playing run defense, he was getting shut down. I mean, really, really good. Tackling by Dan, obviously got the sheds when he needed them, took McCaffrey out of the game, and then I think really, and we do see this out of Morty sometimes, although that's oh my lord, Rutherford, with the interception, McMillan's 5th of the day. But I really think Morty, like when he threw that initial pick straight to Dan's user, I think he kind of panicked a little bit, and we've seen that kind of really have ramifications throughout this game.
Yeah, for sure. Completely shook his confidence, and like we've both been saying, he's a big confidence user. You can't fall apart early, or else, I mean, I feel like Morty struggles to come back from it sometimes.
Absolutely.
Also, yeah, I didn't know he was also missing Roquan and his right tackle. Cody, that is. So
In a weird way,
that's rough.
I feel like there's a ton of pressure on you. Like, if you lose
Yeah, I
to
know.
this
Like
backup
this is a
QB,
lose-lose situation.
yeah, it's gonna be tough.
If I win, it's like, oh, he should have. He's missing best two players on his team.
Mm-hmm.
And if I lose,
If you lose, you're getting just memed for the rest of the season.
I'm absolutely giving Chase my team.
What a
I get bullied.
what a full circle moment that would be. Chase gives you his team, and then 4 seasons later, back to Chase. Real quick, this sets up a divisional round Jesus Christ, divisional round rematch. Ben Tennant versus Dan Reno, and the Falcons versus the Bucs. NFC South matchup that we've seen already plenty of times. What's your expectation for that one?
I think it's just going to be an amazing game, and I hope I can
Okay.
help commentate that one.
Okay.
Every time they play, like, to me in my head, I'm like, yeah, Dan's a much better user. I'd expect him to win. But this cycle, I mean, I feel like every time they play, it's close. Dan's even been blown out sometimes. So I'm excited to watch that one. I hope it is competitive. I think it'll be a true battle.
I hope it is, and I think it will be. I think Ben really knows what he wants to do right now. He's playing very, very well. It's a matchup like if either user blows out the other, I'll be shocked. Both based on like how many times they've seen each other, and then also just based on like I think right now they are of roughly the same quality. And I think as Young, just when Young's in the game, it's he's essentially the victory
Swaggy
cigar.
P.
Swaggy P.
Yeah, that's tough. Though. I feel bad for Morty. I know
Yeah.
this isn't how he wanted to go out.
No, certainly not.
He had a pretty good season.
He'll be back though. I mean, he's within the NFC. He's a perennial playoff user. He'll get more chances.
I just can't believe Dan snuck in through 17 fucking tiebreakers. now, now here we are.
Here we are. The last thing you want to do is give Dan even a glimpse of life in these playoffs because he's one of the best there is. Is Young goes down 4th and 13. We're going to see one last drive out of McMillan. One last kind of tone setter before he goes to the offseason. But like I said, I mean, Morty, he's going to keep this Niners team together. It's going to be another year of the same core players pretty much, and we'll see whether he can have a better result in the next class than he did in this one because this was rough.
What are the other two matchups?
Oh Jesus.
In the NFC?
Yeah. Allen versus Justin, and then CMAS versus Lucky.
Well, this might be some good games. I think Allen's going to bend Justin over, but the CMS Lucky game should be
I
fun.
think you're right. Yeah, CMAS v Lucky, I'm really excited for. I said in Dan's little like playoff preview thing earlier, I think that's gonna be the ugliest game of the playoffs. Like I could see it being like 6 combined turnovers because I think both of them are really, really good defensive users with good defenses who at times struggle a little bit on offense and or at the very least get overly aggressive, and I'm excited to see what happens. Obviously, I'll be watching that with interest. Gotta get one
Yeah, for
Washington
sure.
brother in the divisional round. Jesus Christ, can't all go outside.
Come on. You won a Super Bowl before, and now you lost your thumb. You and Steele remind me of each other.
Please don't compare me to Steel. Oh my God, I can't believe
Yeah,
you
I
just said
hate
that.
that I just said that. I'm about to throw up.
Jesus
But you do.
Christ! Oh my fucking God! I've
Hey,
at
I'm just
least
saying.
I've you know what? Actually, no, I haven't.
You
The
made
cycle.
the playoffs. Yeah, you haven't made
Yeah.
the playoffs.
No, I've made the playoffs twice. What do you mean?
Oh wait, you did make the playoffs.
Yes!
You made it past the divisional or the
No,
wild card.
no, I went
No.
I went 0-2, but I've at least
That's
made
on
it.
me. That's on me.
No, listen, I mean it's been rough. It's been rough, but we're gonna keep fighting, keep battling, just like Curse with his third interception of the game. That's gonna do it. Just an absolute shit show out of Morty in the passing game. I mean, it just got really worse and worse as the game went on, and we're gonna see Tampa Bay move on with a 37-6 victory in a game that was never all that close, unfortunately for us, frankly.
And Morty will be back. I believe in him.
Yep,
And we'll see if Dan can make another run.
we will. I mean, he's got a matchup against Ben that he's got to at least feel a little bit confident in. I mean, given that they've seen each other so many times, they both kind of like know what the other person likes to do. So it's not like you're going up against an unknown quantity there. So we'll see what Dan's able to do. But for now, is Nick Young, Swaggy P takes the final kneel down of this game. It will be Dan's. Tampa Bay Bucks to move on, and yep, for Morty, it's just gotta figure out how to kind of how to keep your mentality in these playoff games when something initially goes wrong, because this is not the first time we've seen this happen to Morty.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's some like mental training YouTube videos. I'll watch them too, Morty. But
Some meditation,
yeah,
some I don't know.
it really is tough. It's weird how
Now it
big
is.
like mentals are. Like I have the same thing. Every single playoff game I play, my heart is like beating out of my chest.
No, I
And I'm
know.
like, dude, it's a fucking Madden game. Okay? I don't even win money if I win the Super Bowl. But for some reason, it's just like the biggest shit ever.
The weird.
And I don't know how to get past it.
I mean, last year I played in a like national tennis tournament in San Diego, biggest tournament I've ever played in. Wasn't nervous whatsoever, just like played tennis and I was fine. But you put me in like a wild card game and I'm like, oh Jesus, oh god, like I'm so like scared for no reason.
I don't know what it is. I don't know how to get past it. I've lost 15 Super Bowls already. I should be used to it.
Pretty much.
Nope.
Shout out Nick,
I don't know.
hyping his Rhode Island brother up. But yeah, well, I was about to cut the stream. Jesus Christ, we got people in here, ladies and gentlemen. We got people in here, and by people, I mean the 49ers and Dan. We will obviously get to Dan first. Dan, big win, pretty decisive wire-to-wire win over the 49ers. What are your thoughts on the game before we get to questions?
Oh, my first thought is my monitor fell off the stand just now.
Oh my
Sorry
God.
about the kneel. I was literally pressing kneel downs without a TV because like I just was this muscle memory pressing X and A because I didn't know what was going on, and now it's like crooked, so I gotta fix that. But geez, it just everything went my way. It was I thought I played well, but pretty decent enough, but. Obviously just got kind of out of hand for a bit and just kind of some wild shit happened. So just glad to get out there with a win and move on to Ben.
I want to ask you about the young man, Dyson, the young AI phenom. He's not even the most heralded AI receiver on your team, and yet you threw up some jump balls to him, and he seemed like he came down with all of them. Just what do you have to say about his impact on your team? Not just in this game, but like throughout the cycle.
Yeah, he kind of carried me last year's playoffs. He has not been very loud this year, but definitely going to mix it in the playoffs. That was really ballsy on that 4th and 1. I really thought that was really dumb when I released the ball, but I was looking at Dyson the whole game and thinking that he was going to beat him at some point, and I felt like he had a step there. It was just kind of, I really don't think he did. It just he just ag catched it and got a little lucky, but and so it's the same thing with that at my own 1 yard line. I think those are just the 2 plays I threw to him. So just glad he caught that, and yeah, hopefully that luck carries me over.
What questions do you got for Dan?
First of all, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
But what I wanted to ask was, to start the game, it seemed like both of you guys were pretty like tight, pretty rough. And then eventually, it seemed like you were kind of able to get out of the funk and start throwing some lasers. Like, what did you do to kind of get back on track and not play so tight?
I'll tell you, low-key, the best thing that happened all day that I did was I kicked the field goal on like 4th and 2 when I could have gone for it within the rules on my first drive, because I feel like so many times I've been on that short yardage and I just didn't get it. Just like couldn't get just 1 yard or inches or anything like that, and then like I just couldn't let that first possession go without points. I said just get some points on the board, and then we'll figure it out later. So I got my 3, and then I think my user was on point. I think my defensive user just kind of popped off today. Sidney Moreland, J-Ron Curse, a couple other guys out there making some big plays. Yeah, it was. I really wasn't really that sharp passing wise. I mean, it's not well reflected in the stat sheet because Morgan Rowe had a great day on the stats, but I was a little behind, about a split second behind on everything. Just almost threw a couple bad interceptions that took him to the game, put Morty back into the game, but thankfully those did not go, and everything went my way.
For sure. We'll get back to you on your thoughts, because you do have, as Ben's pointing out in the chat, a rematch
Mm.
in the divisional round against Ben. So we look forward to hearing your thoughts on that. But for now, Morty, sorry about how the game went. Obviously, not the way you wanted to end your season. Still a really good season, ultimately. What are your thoughts on this game before we get to questions?
Yeah, that was incredibly disappointing. I apologize for making you watch that. Yeah, it was just one of those. I definitely felt tight going in. Like I was kind of surprised. I don't know, like based on the season, it didn't feel like a deserved two seed. But then suddenly I felt the pressure of the two seed, and everything kind of snowballed my way. There was a little glimmer of hope for me, like kick the field goal at the end of the half, and then and then that got blocked, and then Kittle picks it up and almost scores it. And after it got blocked and I got chased down, I was like, that's just not my night. And you know, there's too many mistakes. I feel like I'm a type of player who will test your user. I will attempt to take advantage of you making the wrong reads on some of those quick reads and screens and streaks. And like Dan said, he was on point, and he was kind of always where I was hoping his user wouldn't be. And congrats to him. It's been a great game. Like I don't know what happened in the season for Dan to be 10-7 at this point, but I mean, I don't think he's ever lost a playoff game in this cycle, right? Uh, or I guess I don't know, but
Won the conference,
Super Bowl wise, super.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so like I knew it'd be a battle. Like I never once underestimated Dan at any point, and just kind of got in my head, and I definitely just kind of snowballed there at the end. I kept seeing six points on the scoreboard for so long, and I'm like, oh my god, and it's disappointing. It's stuck around, but yeah, that was pretty pitiful. And maybe next season we'll see how it goes.
So the scoreline doesn't necessarily reflect it because obviously pick six gave them a couple short fields off of interceptions, but like I actually thought you played really well defensively. Your play calls and your usering I thought was pretty solid throughout, and I think we saw that Dan wasn't his normal like A plus like sharp self on offense. What was your defensive approach heading into this game, and like what did he do to try to shut down Dan as much as he could?
Um, I definitely feel like stop the pass first is definitely what I aimed for against Dan. Morgan Rowe and a bunch of deadly receivers. Um, I definitely just attempted to not get beat deep. I think it caught me a little bit at the end there. Just a lot of intermediate routes. I feel like focus on those types of things. I've played Dan enough to where you kind of get a general sense of what you're trying to do and adapt and adjust. We've all played each other so many times. Basically, I don't know, just kind of call whatever and pray. Really, it's kind of what it came down to. I feel like I'm always a very confident defensive user. Like I know what kind of I'd like to do, and sometimes people are going to beat that, sometimes they're not. So I always confident in my defense, and you just got to hope the offense actually shows up most of the time. And tonight it didn't, unfortunately.
Alex, what do you got?
Congrats on a good season. I think you deserve that two seed. You played really well throughout the season, and sometimes, like you said, like shit just doesn't work the way you want it. My question is, do you plan on possibly changing up the team at all? Because I know you've kept a lot of players that are originally on the 49ers. Do you have any plans to change that up, or do you think you'll stay with the same roster?
Why would I blow up the most OP team of all time? Look at my roster. Scroll through this roster. It is ridiculous that I'm allowed to lose games in this league. Like, I am failing this roster and not making deep playoff runs. It's crazy. Once again, I'm not trading anybody, moving everybody around. I just got to manage the depth, and I got to resign my quarterback in the next year or two. I see the option for the fifth year. I got to figure that kind of stuff out. But, I do have things will get a lot tougher when I have to re-sign Dion McMillan. Hopefully, I can squeeze another couple years of success out of this thing. But it's been a fun ride. Once again, like it's ridiculously OP, and once again, it's always a great time, and I appreciate you guys what you do.
100%. And, you will have success. I mean, I think you've shown this cycle that you're a perennial playoff contender within the NFC. Making it, I think, every year now. So I expect to see you back. I look forward to seeing you back, and hoping for many more battles from the Niners to come. But Dan, getting back to you, just quick thoughts on our divisional round rematch against Ben. What do you think about that one?
Oh, we've been battling all cycle. He had the upper hand at first, but I kind of stormed back in our cycle series. I think we split this year. I was very frustrated with the first game. I felt like I couldn't stop the run. That's really been the theme with Bijan Robinson on the team, and then Kyle Pitts. It's just like those two people. If you took those two people away, I think I can shut Ben down pretty well. Outside of that, it's just like you got to focus on the run and then focus on the pass, and then obviously like he's got a great team on defense, so you can't make any mistakes. So usually our games have been shootouts, track meets. I'm sure it's going to be entertaining for anyone to watch. Probably stressful for me. Just excited for it. One more thing though, I just wanted to say shout out to two people that I linked this stream to. My brother Mike was watching, and my cousin Mikey, who is very interested in CFMs. He's in a little like 16-man CFM with a neon, just kind of dabbling into it, and just kind of show him what a really established league looks like. So maybe he's a future waitlister. Who knows? Hope he's watching.
Well, shout out to both of you. I mean, Dan, you'll listen back and you'll hear I was slurring my words, stumbling over my words. I don't know what was going on out of me in the booth, but Alex had to carry me, and I appreciate you both for coming in here, giving us your thoughts after the game. And Dan, do you want to calm Cody v. Alex with me after this? Because it looks like they're going to play, so do you want to stick around?
I would have to be very quiet, but I probably could.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll help out the best I can.
I'll bring enough energy for both of us. That's not a problem. Congrats to the Tampa Bay Bucs, 37-6 win over Morty's 49ers, who I know he'll be back. But shout out to that Austin Troy game. That was really, really fun, really, really competitive in a way that I wasn't expecting. And make sure to stick around, y'all, because Cody v. Alex is coming up soon.